What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Glenn McGowan. Last week's video, I finished up my TKX 5-speed swap. I took the car out and I had a weird noise, some weird issue was going on. And as you can see behind me, the car's back on jack stands, transmission's out, and I went through everything with a fine-tooth comb trying to figure out what was going on. So just to bring you up to speed with the problem that I was having. So when I first started driving the car, first gear was fine. When I went into second, it was fine, and then under just a very light load, and I wasn't getting on, I was just driving it up the street, it almost felt like it popped out of gear without popping out of gear, if that makes sense. It almost felt like it was pulling, and then it stopped, and then it grabbed, and it was really weird. I took a video of it. If I can attach it on here, I will. In the back of my head, it was like, it has to be something with the clutch, because with the trans, if it was an issue, it would normally just pop out of gear or something like that. It's pretty straightforward. It's not like an automatic transmission where it could be slipping or something like that. So I just took everything out and I went through everything. I took the clutch off, I went through that, and it looked fine. So I went through everything. I checked the bell housing, the length of the input shaft, the stack height of the flywheel on the clutch, and I didn't really see anything that stood out to me. From what I'm looking at, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, but for me, I'm like, well, maybe I messed up the clutch somehow. And I remember when I was putting the trans in the first time, I did have an issue trying to get it in. It wouldn't slide in, and it was fighting me for a little bit. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe I messed it up at some point. I don't really know, but for me, I don't think it's the transmission, so I'm just going to put a new clutch in it. I ordered a brand new McLeod clutch for it, just in case, because I wasn't going to pull everything back apart and not put a different clutch in it, just in case that is the problem. So I kind of just eliminate that. And I just went through everything and making sure everything was fine, like the hydraulics and stuff. The clutch was working completely fine. It was engaging, disengaging as far as the hydraulics, the slave and stuff like that. That was all working fine. So I just think it's something in the clutch assembly, or I'm hoping that it's in the clutch assembly. So I'm not going to bore you with installing all this kind of stuff, but I am going to throw a new clutch in it, put everything back in it, and then we can drive it together, and hopefully that'll do it. And then we can just take this thing for a test drive and see how everything worked out.
This week's video is brought to you by EtwisBone.com. Shop our site for Corvette performance parts, merchandise, and much more. See the link in the description or visit EtwisBone.com.
So that was fine. So got the car back together, ready to take it out. So fingers crossed, hope everything goes well. Let's do it. Okay, so here we go. First gear. Second. Let's do it again. Do that. Stop. Foot is like in the gas, and it's like dying and then coming back on. So it's definitely not on the clutch system, that's for sure. so that's super disappointing. So that's just a lot of work for it not being the clutch at all. I mean, it made no sense to me that it would have broke. It's that fragile that it would have been an issue. So clearly it's in the gearbox because the engine ran 100%. And it does, like once you put the clutch in and you're driving it and you rev it up, like it's not in the engine at all. It's definitely in the gearbox. So that's got to go back. So I'm going to call them up and see if they'll exchange it out. They didn't build it or anything. They're like a dealer. So they just got it from Tremec, so I'm gonna just use that up since it's like 2 weeks old and the second drive I've driven in the thing. So, you know, a little disappointing buying something brand new, you wouldn't expect it, but you know, anything mechanical is prone to failure at some point, even if it's new, I guess. But yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of figure out what I gotta do next and then take everything back out of the car just one more time, and then hopefully from there we'll have some good luck. Okay, so it's been several days now. As you can see, I had the car jacked up, the trans is back out of the car. I had to go through this whole ordeal to deal with this whole trans issue. So I ended up having to file a warranty claim with Tremec. You can't just exchange it apparently, which I was hoping that I, you know, like, oh yeah, it's bad, here's another one, you know. The first thing, the most annoying thing was that like, no one believes you. They're like, oh, well, maybe the shifter's rubbing causing that. Well, I mean, it's not true, and I've been in the game a long time. I know what I'm doing. I also will go through and try to figure it out. Like I have no problem just sitting and wasting a whole day trying to figure out what the problem actually is. So for me, it wasn't anything really stupid. Obviously, it's in the transmission, but I understand where they're coming from because it's a brand new transmission. I mean, for me, I'm like, why would it even be the transmission? It makes no sense. It has to be something else, right? That's why I put another clutch in it, figuring maybe that was the problem, but it's in there. And unfortunately, these things do happen. Now, for me, it kind of sucks, and in all honesty, I'm not happy about it at all. I went this route because I didn't want to deal with this kind of crap, and I just shipped the trans back yesterday, which was Wednesday. I called Monday, I called Hanlon Transmissions, and he told me there's nothing he could do. Call, you know, Tremec or whatever, file the warranty claim, register the transmission, all that stuff. So needless to say, I wasn't happy about it, but you know, that's just kind of what I have to deal with now if I want this thing fixed. So I talked to this guy named Steve at Tremec, which was super nice, super helpful. He actually helped me fill out the claim form online, and he pretty much submitted everything for me. And then on Wednesday, he sent me a label. I drove it, dropped it off at FedEx. So now I have to wait. How long? I don't know. It'll take a couple days to get there. They got to tear it apart, figure out like if it's really has an issue or whatever. And then from there, I guess they're going to send me another one or not. But so the car's down and there's nothing really I can do at this point except for wait. So it is unfortunate. The odds of this happening are probably pretty freaking slim. I'm sure, you know, these things do happen, but unfortunately it happened to me and I don't get to drive the car and, you know, stay on schedule with the things that I wanted to do for it, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to probably have to just wait here, and once I get it back in, we'll put it in and go from there. So if you enjoyed the video, as always, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.